Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It is my pleasure to welcome you to Temple Emeth and to our Shabbat evening service. It is the first Friday of the month, the first Friday of June, and so it is time for our Temple Emeth Shabbat family service. And that means that if you are following on live stream, Shabbat Shalom to you and welcome. The Siddur that we'll use at this service is Mishkan Tefillah for Youth. So if you have a copy of Mishkan Tefillah for Youth nearby, now is the chance to go get it and have it in hand for each and every song and prayer and page number of our service this evening. Also, if you're watching on live stream, I hope you'll take a moment to post something in the chat or the comment section of the live stream platform. It can be your name or your location or simply Shabbat Shalom. But by posting any of these, others will know that you are there, and in this way we form bonds of virtual community together. And Shabbat Shalom to everyone who is here in person in the Rabbi Louis J. Siegel Sanctuary. It's good to see you. If you don't have a copy of Mishkan Tefillah for Youth already, you can get a copy on the table just outside the sanctuary doors, where we have many copies waiting for you. And so you can have one in hand to follow along with the service as well. And as we begin our service, I invite you to turn in Mishkan Tefillah for Youth to page 4. On page 4, you'll see an illustration of two beautiful candlesticks. The flames coming out of them appear to represent God's name. And of course, this is the page where we find the candle blessing, because the first part of our service is the lighting of our Shabbat candles, which will be done this evening by Temple member Yoshko Nia. Okay, Yoshiko, you're going to read one of these out loud, nice and loud.
These lights are only flickering flames, yet flames illumine our uncertain steps. Flames purify and renew, soften and refine. They brighten and make warm. Flames remind us of Shabbaths long past, and of their beauty that delighted our hearts. May they inspire us to work for the great Sabbath of peace.
Okay, now you can take the bottom one and light the tall candles. There we go. Great, you can snuff out the little one. Your blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, וציוונו להדליק נר של שבת.
We turn now in the Siddur to page 8, which is where we find our opening song. On page 8 is a large letter Hey with an olive branch, and I think the Hey stands for the name of our song because we join together in singing Hine Ma Tov.
הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה
Our next prayer is found in the Siddur on page 22. So we turn at this time to page 22. Please rise if you are able for the Baruch Hu.
La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Baruchu et Adonai.
We remain standing as we turn to page 24, and we read together in Hebrew. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, b'chokhma potech she'arim, uvidvuna mishanei itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umisader et hakochavim b'mishmrotehem barakia kirtsono. Borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Avir yom umevi laila, avdil ben yom uvein laila, Adonai tzabaot shemo. El chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. We turn now to page 29, and we read together in English in the green box. God, you gave us the Torah to show that you love us. May it always be a friend at our side. The Torah is our teacher. It tells us what is right and what is wrong. It shows us how to live good lives. Be with us always when we study Torah. Be with us always as we try to live good lives. We praise you, eternal God, who gave the Jewish people the Torah. It is your special gift to us. It is the gift of your love. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. We turn now to pages 34 and 35, the yellow pages with the large blue shin, as we join together in singing the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Please be seated. We turn to page 36 and we join in chanting Ve'ahavta.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, וחיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, וחיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
We turn now to page 38. On page 38, we find Mi Chamocha, the song that our ancestors sang as they experienced the miracle of crossing through the Red Sea from slavery to freedom. We join together now in singing Mi Chamocha.
כפד אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל.
We turn now in the Siddur to page 44, and to honor Shabbat, we join together in singing Vishamru.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ויום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת דורותם ברית עולם.
We continue now in the Siddur on page 98, which is where we find the beginning of the Tefillah. Please rise if you are able for the Tefillah.
אדוני שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. האל הגדול, הגיבור וחנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונך הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואמהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה כל אתה רב להושיע, מוריד אתה, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומציל אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, עמידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה. ונאמן אתה לך חיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני, מחייך הכל.
We remain standing as we turn to page 105, and we read a prayer about holiness at the top of the page. What is holiness? Reb Nachman taught that we reach out in three directions: up to God, out to other people, and into our own hearts. The secret is that all three directions are truly the same. When I reach out to another person, I find myself and God. When I find God, I find others and the true me. When I find myself, I reach God and other people. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el ha'kadosh. Please be seated. We turn now in our Siddur to page 114. And on page 114, we read in English, offering a prayer for peace. Grant true and lasting peace to your people Israel, for you are the ruler and source of all peace. May it please you to bless your people Israel with peace always, at every moment and in every hour. Baruch atah Adonai, hamvarech et amo Yisrael ba'shalom. Blessed are you, Adonai, who blesses your people Israel with peace. We take a moment now for Tfilat Halev, a moment to offer to God the prayers of our hearts. Inspirational readings for this time are found on pages 116 and 117. It is my pleasure at this time to invite forward the sweet singers of Eitz Chaim, our junior choir. Since we're about to take the Torah out of the Ark, I thought it would be nice for them to sing a Torah-related song called Al Shlosha Devarim. They first learned this song for Cantor Dubinsky's installation back in March, and I'm so pleased that they are going to be offering it again at our June family service. Thank you, and Yasher Koach to Eitz Chaim. They'll be back a little bit later in our service to offer one more song. But at this time, our service continues with our service for the reading of the Torah, which is found in the Siddur beginning on page 121. This is our Torah. Its words are the same ones that our parents and our grandparents read. In all times and all places, its words never change. May our children and grandchildren and their children and grandchildren read its words as well. In this scroll is everything that has made the Jewish people special from Mount Sinai until today. Torah teaches us love and justice, goodness and hope and freedom. Please rise if you are able for the Torah service. Who's holding the Torah? Me. Okay, so you're going to open the right door then. Meryl, come around. You open the right door. Please be seated. Have a seat right behind me. This week's Torah portion is Parshat Beha'alotecha. It takes place in the book of Numbers. I was going to ask questions of the children, but the children are gone. So I will ask questions of the older people in the sanctuary. So, in this week's Torah portion, the Israelites are complaining about being hungry. Why do you think they're complaining about being hungry? Anyone? Anyone? Members of the confirmation class? Adults? Okay. Well, we're going to skip the whole... They're in the desert, and Rachel, what did you say? They're just complainers, right. I was waiting for one of you to say they're hungry. But they're not hungry. They have plenty of food called manna, but it doesn't taste good enough. And so they complain because they want the food that they remember eating in Egypt. The food was so good in Egypt, they say to Moses, and I think it's not that they were complaining, but that they were complaining in such a nostalgic way for Egypt that Moses gets very upset at this complaint. And so I'm going to read for you the section from the Torah where they're complaining about the food. They actually list, I think, 5 kinds of food that they used to eat in Egypt that they miss now that God is taking care of them. And so there is a certain irony there. The irony is not missed on Moses, nor now that I've said it out loud on any of you. I will be reading from Numbers chapter 11, verse 4, which is found in the large blue Torah commentary books here in the sanctuary on page 1091. Page 1091. And if you are watching on live stream and you have a copy of the revised Torah commentary at home, you can find the same section, Numbers 11, verse 4, on page 961 of the revised Torah commentary. Once again, at home on page 961. And for the honor of the Aliyah, we call at this time upon Meryl and Ivis Racinos. Oh, and if I was going to invite the children up to watch there's only one. All right, well, they'll get another chance some other time. It's not now. Okay, give me just a sec.
Sure.
Okay, put your hand right there. And I've put my pointer right here. Okay, we're ready.
Okay. Baruch hu et Adonai hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai hamvorach leolam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai
Hamvorach leolam
va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amin, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen. Amen. V'ha'asaf suf asher bikirbo hitavu ta'ava v'yashuvu v'yivku. Gam b'nei Yisrael vayomeru mi ya'achilenu basar. Zacharnu et hadaga asher nochal b'mitzrayim chinam et hakishuim ve'et ha'avatichim ve'et hechatzir ve'et habatzalim ve'et hashumim ve'ata nafshenu yesheva ein kol bilti el haman einenu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen. Okay, don't go anywhere. You get a little blessing now. Well, this month, Meryl and Ivis are celebrating their wedding anniversary. I had the honor of officiating. I remember it well. It was outdoors.
It was.
It was hot.
Yes, it was.
And my wife and daughter were also guests. It was very nice. And so here we are, gathered indoors. It's kind of cool in here. And it is my pleasure at this time to offer a blessing for you. Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu. O God, eternal source of blessing, we turn to you in gratitude for the strength and devotion that have preserved and sustained Meryl and Ivis and permitted them to reach this hour. In the midst of family and loved ones, they look back upon the years that have passed since they first pledged themselves to one another. Many and varied have been their experiences since that day. Many have been the mingled occasions of victory and defeat, of fulfillment and disappointment. They recall the joys that graced their days with light and beauty. They also remember the dark storms that shook them. In joys and trials alike, O God, you have been with them. So may you continue to be with them, guiding and sustaining them in the years to come. Meryl and Ivis, may God bless you with health and contentment in the circle of your family and all your loved ones near and far. And we all say, Amen. So the cantor and I would like to offer this blessing.
יברכך אדוני וישמרך.
May God bless you and keep you.
יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונך.
May God's light shine down upon you and may God be gracious to you.
יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום. שלום.
May God's Spirit lift you up and may God give you shalom, the gift of peace, now and always. And let us say, Amen. In honor of this special occasion, we join together in the Shechianu.
ברוך
Baruch
אתה
atah
אדוני
Adonai
אלוהינו
Eloheinu
מלך
melech
העולם
haolam, שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
מזל טוב.
You can have a seat right here behind me. At this time, our thoughts turn to those in need of healing as we prepare to offer a mishaberach for healing found in the Siddur on page 125. If you are thinking of someone in need of healing and you're watching on live stream, I invite you to post the name of your loved one in the chat or comment section of the live stream platform. And here in the sanctuary, if you are thinking of someone in need of healing, I invite you to share their name out loud or in your heart at this time. As a congregation, we think of all those whose lives have been upturned by natural disaster, terrorism, war, and acts of random violence. We think as well of our temple members in need of healing. Their names will appear on your screen, either on live stream or in the corner of the sanctuary, as we turn now to page 125 and we join together in the mishaberach. We continue now with the lifting and dressing of the Torah. Please rise if you are able for Hagba and Galila. Okay, I have this here. Your hands right here. Pull it towards you a little bit.
וזאת התורה ששם משה לפני בני ישראל, על פי אדוני ביד משה. לה 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 לה
Mazel tov. Mazel tov. You may be seated unless you have a birthday in the month of June, or you had a birthday in the month of May and you weren't here for our May family service, in which case it is time for you to come up to the bima for your birthday blessing. Okay, are you here for yourself? Are you here for some distant uncle? A family member and yourself. Yes. So, some of our students were miraculously born all 12 months of the year. I don't know how that works, but I'm not here to question it, so okay. Well, for those of you who are celebrating birthdays or celebrating the birthdays of others, family members, real and fictional, I wish you, on behalf of your Temple family, a very happy birthday. I'm so glad that you get to celebrate here in the sanctuary, and I am so glad that your birthday is a chance to reflect on all the good things that have happened to you in the year that has finished in your life, and all the good things we hope that will happen in the year to come. And so with that in mind, the cantor and I would like to offer this blessing for you. May God bless you and keep you. May God's light shine down upon you, and may God be gracious to you. May God's Spirit lift you up, and may God give you shalom, the gift of peace, now and always. And let us say,
Amen.
Amen. We join together. We used to give out dum-dums, but I'm trying to get more people to come to family service, so we've upgraded to blow pops. Ooh. We join together. As I distribute blow pops to our 4 birthday people, we join together first in Hebrew and then in English. Particular flavor you want?
יום הולדת שמח, יום הולדת שמח, יום הולדת שמח. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
It's time for the story. Don't leave. Come suck on your lollipops here in front of the steps. All children are invited to come sit with me as I offer a book called No Baths at Camp. Okay, well, I selected this book because summer will be here before you know it, and it is a strong Jewish tradition in the American Jewish community that we go to camp in the summer. Some people go to day camp, and some people go to sleepaway camp. But all camps have a little something in common, which is having fun with your friends and learning about Judaism. This book takes place at a sleepaway camp. Otherwise, there would just be baths at home at the end of the day for a day camp. So this must take place at a sleepaway camp. The title of this book is No Baths at Camp. But even though it's about camp, the first scene takes place at home in this family's bathroom. Bath time, Max's mother announced after dinner. I wish I were back at camp, Max grumbled. There are no baths at camp. No baths for a whole week. Really? Asked Max's mother. Yes, said Max. On Sundays, we go up the rock climbing wall. We put on harnesses and chalk our hands. When we get to the top, we ring a bell and we put our handprints on the wall. Even though we're covered in chalk dust, there are no baths at camp. On Mondays, we have drama. After we paint the sets, we get dressed in costumes and put on makeup. Then we put on a show. Even though we are covered in face paint, there are no baths at camp. This is an important one for what we're going to do in a few minutes. On Tuesdays, we help our counselor Yoni build a fire. We gather sticks from the woods and use a magnifying glass to make a spark. Then we roast marshmallows and our hands get all sticky, but there are no baths at camp. On Wednesdays, we go canoeing in the lake. The water is green and muddy, and sometimes we catch frogs. Afterwards, we go swimming, and my fingers get all wrinkly, but there are no baths at camp. Question?
So, I'm using my observing skills, which probably everyone.
She's ready for Torah study. She raised her hand for a question, but I haven't heard the question yet.
Anyways, I'm looking at all these pages, and I see everything that has to do with water except a bath.
Yes.
I see water being sprayed on you.
Yes.
I'm looking at right now,
Yes.
balloons.
Yes.
Balloons. So,
Is there a question?
no.
Okay. It turns out there was no question. More, as they often say in Jewish spaces, more a comment than a question. Okay. But we were going Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so this page must be Thursday. On Thursdays, we go to the art studio. Some of us make bowls out of clay, and some of us paint on outdoor easels. We get clay and paint all over us. When we're done, we have a water balloon fight, apropos of the comment that was made that there's water on every page, even though it's not a bath. But there are no baths at camp. On Friday morning, we learn Israeli dances on the big field. Some kids play instruments and others teach us the steps. We dance barefoot and get our feet all muddy, but there are no baths at camp. On Friday afternoons, we shake the sand out of the blankets in our cabin and sweep the floors. We put away all of the sports equipment and hang up our costumes in the drama closet. We clean out the fire pit and scrub the canoes. We decorate the dining room with our artwork. Can you see what the artwork says? Shabbat Shalom. Then, just before sundown, we take turns in the showers. We scrub our faces and behind our ears. We wash our hair. Yoni stands outside the showers and inspects us as we leave. And at my camp, the counselor also had a stopwatch because it was a very small hot water tank. And we all had, I think, 2.5 minutes. And if we overstayed our welcome, someone got a cold shower. Okay, and then quick, we put on our nice clothes, comb our hair, and run down to the waterfront where the whole camp gathers. Devorah, the camp director, stands in front and calls out, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. And we all answer, Shabbat Shalom, Devorah. The counselors lead us in songs to welcome Shabbat. Then we all troop into the dining hall. We light the Shabbat candles. Each week a different cabin leads the blessings for the wine and challah. After a special fancy meal, we sing more songs and tell stories. On Saturday, we get to sleep late. In the afternoon, we go for a nature hike, and Yoni tells us stories about growing up in Israel. When we get back to our cabins, we tell jokes and scary stories. When it starts to get dark, we go back to the waterfront, and Devorah holds up a braided candle and passes around cinnamon sticks for everyone to smell. We are saying goodbye to the sweetness of Shabbat. Shavua Tov, have a good week, Devorah wishes us. And we all answer, Shavua Tov, Devorah. Well, that was all like a flashback. Now we are back in the bathroom of Max's home. But Max, his mother said, We have Shabbat at home. We sing songs and tell stories. We take walks around the neighborhood, and at the end of Shabbat, I always say, Shavua Tov, Max. I know, Max said, but camp is better because there are no baths at camp. And that concludes our story. There are showers, but there are no baths. And so that concludes our story as we enter camp season and as we prepare for a campfire in just a few minutes. You guys have to sing in like 15 seconds. So if you're ready to throw it out, I'll take it from you. And if you're not ready to throw it out, hand it to mom or dad because you're singing in now like 10 seconds, all right? Okay, so now is when we would normally do the prayer for the state of Israel out of the Siddur, but our young people learned a wonderful musical version of the prayer for the state of Israel, and they actually sang it with the composer Sheldon Lowe a couple of years ago. That song is called Avinu Shabbat Shamayim, and now that they have finished the story and finished their blow pops, I once again call upon Eitz Chaim. Well, you're the only one not done, so I'll know whose it is. No? You're just going to hold it while you sing? Okay. To sing Avinu Shabbat Shamayim. Last song here in the sanctuary until Rosh Hashanah on September 12th. So we hope you guys have a great summer. You have earned a s'more after our service. And our service continues now on page, with the Aleinu, on page 130. Please rise if you are able for the Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגוי ארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וקור עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר בחי אדוני למלך העולם
be seated. We turn now to page 132 as we offer a reading to introduce the Mourner's Kaddish. There are stars up above so far away, we only see their light long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us as we live our days. These are the ways we remember. This Shabbat, we remember those for whom we are in the Shloshim 30-day period of mourning. Arthur Weinberg, cousin of Wendy Weinberg DeSanti. Carol Lutzk, remembered by Eleanor Bookbinder. Bernadette McNamara, mother of Cindy Simon. Alan Nissen, brother of Elaine Nissen. And Dan Goins, brother-in-law of Pauline Hecht and uncle of Tammy Hecht. We remember as well those whose yard sites occurred this week. Diana Cohen, Fanny Rose Cohen, Norma Cohen, Harold Disler, Seal W. Fisher, Arthur Grunstein, Judy Heischober, Sophie Hirsch, Gary Hort, Mella Hort, Charles Iannacone, Meyer Jablanca, Stan Kapp, Nathan Klotz, Frank LaBarbera, Jack Levinson, Michael Luckow, Adele Luftig, Ella Marcus, Edith Mayer, Ethel Muson, William Z. Norman, Golda Siegel, Rabbi Louis J. Siegel, Mary Silberstein, Sylvia Slotnick, Ann Sobel, Eric Stokes, Eugene Watson, Ray Weinstein, Barbara Wertheimer, Helen Yablonka, and Rose Zappin. And we remember the names of 6 of the 6 million who perished in the Holocaust: Lieb Fuchs, Ephraim Furman, Rivka Finger, Anshul Kamil, Shlomo Kirshen, and Jenny Rappaport. We remember them all. We take them into our hearts with our own as we turn now to page 134 in the Siddur. Please rise if you are able for the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divra chirute v'amlich malchute, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mivorach leolam ulolmei almaya, yitzbarach v'yishtabach v'yitzpa'ar v'yitzromam v'yitznaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei d'kudsha b'rechu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved, and let us say, amen. Please be seated. It is my pleasure at this time to call upon Mark Chelmer, a member of our Board of Trustees, to offer Shabbat greetings and announcements.
Thank you, Rabbi. Good Shabbos, everyone. I hope this has been an enjoyable and wonderful family service. Certainly sitting up on the bima, it's been fun to be a part of it. In addition to enjoying our regular indoor oneg in the hallway tonight, not in the social hall, please join me in the back driveway for a special campfire with s'mores to celebrate the end of the school year and start of the summer. Rabbi, we're getting there via the back door or this door? This door right there. Okay. The online portion of our annual fundraising auction is over. Everything that wasn't purchased with Buy Now will be available at tomorrow night's gala, which starts at 7 p.m. A variety of gifts, experiences, and travel adventures are still up for grabs. In partnership with the Northern New Jersey Sanctuary Coalition, the Social Action Committee is assisting detainees at the Delaney Hall Immigration Detention Center in Newark, a dreadful place. Please donate gift cards to grocery stores such as ShopRite, Walmart, or Stop and Shop. You can drop them off at the Temple office. You can also bring food and toiletries for an ongoing collection for Bergen County as a whole. Pride Shabbat, sponsored by the Viewpoints Committee, will be held next Friday, June 12th, 1 week from tonight at 8 p.m. Our speaker will be Philip Calabro, an educator and artist who works as PFLAG, that's Parents and Friends of Lesbians and Gays, New York City's program coordinator for community education and outreach. Philip will speak about allyship and ways to support the community. The next Biachad breakfast on June 14th at 10:30 a.m.'s topic will be Kosher Jazz, a narrated performance with jazz guitarist Matt Chertkov. Matt takes liturgical songs, Horas, Israeli songs, and secular tunes that speak to the Jewish experience and merges them with some cool jazz grooves. He'll explain his influences, techniques, and the history of music with a focus on Jewish composers. Registration is required by this Sunday, June 7th, I assume by the end of the day, and the cost is $10. On Tuesday, June 16th at 7:30 p.m., Movies That Mattered will present The Courageous Heart of Irina Sendler. This 2009 film tells the true story of Polish Catholic social worker Irina Sendler, who, during World War II, defied the Nazis to smuggle 2,500 Jewish children out of the Warsaw Ghetto. Refreshments will be served. Lastly, the entire congregation is invited to the installation of officers and trustees on Friday, June 19th. It's 2 weeks from tonight at 8 p.m. The choir Kol Emet will sing. Following the services, there will be an oneg with homemade baked goods and refreshments by many of the officers and trustees. I hope you'll join us as we honor our tradition of strong volunteer leadership. A recent moment as a Temple board member came to me as I was thinking about this because I was looking at Stacy Butler. Every board service begins with a Devar Torah by a board member. And I'm going to embarrass myself but compliment Stacy. She gave a Devar that was profound. The entire board kind of went, oh, at the end of it. And that kind of teaching that comes from all the other board members is one of the wonderful things about being a board member, is that we learn so much from each other just before we conduct the business of running the temple. I'll embarrass myself by saying I can't remember what she talked about, but I assure you the entire board went, oh, it was a wonderful moment. And I wish I could remember what it was about. Anyways, thank you to tonight's volunteers in the live stream booth. Barbara Balkan and Amanda Eastman are at the controls. And if you're new to the temple, or if you just want to talk about some of these great things, come meet me at the Oneg. Good Shabbos.
Well, it was nice to have one anniversary blessing, but it's amazing to have two anniversary blessings. And so to celebrate their anniversary this month, it's my pleasure to invite Eric Zaretsky and Yoshko Nia to the Bima. Stand right here, that's perfect. Mishaberach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov v'Imotenu Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah. May the one who blessed our fathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and our mothers Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless Yoshko and Eric, who are here today with gratitude for all the kindnesses which God has bestowed upon them since their wedding day, the day of their great joy. May the Holy One watch over them and deliver them from trouble and distress, from affliction and illness. May they be privileged to see their offspring devoted to Torah, mitzvot, and the performance of good deeds. May God bless and prosper them in all their worthy endeavors, and let us say,
Amen.
Amen. So I had the honor of officiating at this one too. Here's what I remember. It was on a cruise ship, and the timing had to be very precise because the wedding and the reception included everybody, but then everybody but Eric and Yoshko had to get off the ship in time so that the ship could leave with them only on their honeymoon, and then everybody else went home. And then I had a conference to go to, so I drove straight from their wedding at the dock in New York City to a conference in Baltimore. And here we are, all these years later. The cantor and I would like to offer this blessing.
יברכך אדוני וישמרך.
May God bless you and keep you.
יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונך.
May God's light shine down upon you, and may God be gracious to you.
יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום. שלום.
May God's Spirit lift you up, and may God give you shalom, the gift of peace, now and always. And let us say,
Amen.
Amen. And we join with the cantor in Shechianu.
Baruch
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
So Eric is going to stay up here to lead us in the Kiddush. And so I'd like to invite the members of this year's confirmation class, Gabriel Snyder, Xander Zaretsky, and Marcos Pinones, to come on up and hold the trays of grape juice for all the young people. It's a two-person job, but I'm inviting all three of them up because we have like a de facto little reunion of our confirmation class from about 3 weeks ago. So, you know, even if they don't all have a tray to hold, they can all stand shoulder to shoulder and show the congregation that the teenagers who pray together stay together. Come on up and stand right in the middle of the bima. And now, if there are any young people who want to come up, you know, you haven't quite graduated the 7th grade at Temple Emeth because the service isn't over. So come on up, young people, anyone who wishes you were young. And while they're... and the Kiddush is found in the Siddur on page number 6. And so I call upon Eric to lead the Kiddush, preceded by an English reading. I'll get your Kiddush cup. Please rise if you are able for the Kiddush.
Like wine, Shabbat is sweet. We lift this cup to celebrate the love of family and the joy of living. We sing the Kiddush and taste the wine to remind us that Shabbat is a day of sweetness and love.
And now the blessing is right over there.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri hagafen.
Amen.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא פרי הגפן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו בשבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחילנו זיכרון למעשה בראשית כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש זכר יציאת מצרים כי בנו בחרתם ואותנו קידשתם מכל העמים בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת אמן לחיים.
And we join together in the Motzi.
Baruch
Baruch
atah
atah
Adonai
Adonai
Eloheinu
Eloheinu
melech
melech
haolam,
haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Great, you guys did great. You can be seated. I'll take one of these. You can put it back on the table and go back to your seats. Okay, you may be seated for just a second while we just talk about the campfire for a minute. So access to the campfire is through those glass doors in the corner of the sanctuary. We're going to prop the doors open because the guard is going to be with us. He'll be keeping an eye on us and make sure that everyone who comes back in the building is authorized. Thank Brandon Balfe, who lit our fire, and Brandon also created for his Boy Scout project the pollinator garden, and there's just enough light to see the pollinator garden, and he can explain a little bit more about it to us once the fire's going. And we have Danny Cohane joining us, and Danny's going to be leading the campfire music. And please don't go in the social hall. It is all set up for the gala for tomorrow. We want it to stay clean and pristine and somewhat of a surprise, so don't go there. And if there's anyone who doesn't want a s'more, I can't imagine why, but we have a regular oneg set up for you in the hallway. So I think that's all there is to say about the oneg. I will also say that I texted about 10 or 12 college and post-college students to come join us for the service and the campfire. Now, a few may yet join us for the campfire, but the only one who joined us for the service was Joey Conlon. So Shabbat Shalom to Joey. Thanks for joining us. And now, as we conclude our service, we turn to one another and we say, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.